packed house at Hanapepe Stadium. This stadium is ringed with fans, and the tailgaters are going at it again. Here's the kickoff, end over end. Batalian will take it at the 12, coming to the near sideline all the way across. Whoa, changes his mind, heads up the field. There's a flag on the play as he is submarined just short of the 20-yard line, and that is thrown in the clipping area, and I believe, yes, we're going to have a clip against the Menahunis. No, it'll be on the Red Raiders. Clip against the Red Raiders, and that'll be a costly penalty as they had not even gotten the ball back to the 20-yard line. That should be about half the distance, and which could take it inside the 10 to the 9, or will they just take it back to the 10-yard line? They'll put it at the 10, and it'll be first down for the Raiders at the 10. So they will begin the third period in a bit of a hole here. And here we go. Richard Vigilia, the man of the hour for the Red Raiders. Hands off to Lou Smith, struggling around the left side, and Waimea just tremendous on their defense. The two linebackers wrapping him up, Robert De La Cruz and Tyson Core, putting the stop to it. Core and De La Cruz with big nights tonight on defense. Vigilia with Luke Smith in the backfield. Ryan Koga as well. Koga with 25 yards rushing in that first half. Smith will come out as a wide out. Actually as a slot to the right side. Double wide receiver to the right side now. Single set back will be Koga. Vigilia ready on second down and 10. Long count, takes a snap. Koga cuts his way over the middle. Wrapped up by the secondary, stopped over the 15-yard line. Might have gotten just past it to the 16, and they will spot it at that point. So about a 5-yard gain for Ryan Koga. Tough running. That would put him to the 30-yard mark. And again, 100 yards in the first half, 101 yards of rushing for Sean Jardine on 12 carries. Puna Rivera with 22, Valen Vea with 14 for the Menahunis. Third down and 3 for the Red Raiders. Slot to the right side again. The wide side of the field. Fumble on the snap, and falling on top of it will be Richard Vigilia. Fourth down and a loss of about 4 on the play. Unfortunate mishap for Kauai High School here in the early goings of our second half. Raiders trailing by 2, and now will be forced to punt the ball. And they can ill afford to fall much farther behind this Menahuni team. They have been so tough on defense, but if there's one thing that you can say about Waimea, and you can say many things about them, the thing that they do very well in the KIF is hold on to a lead. Masters from deep in his end zone, punts a short line drive out, bouncing at the 35. Vea takes it at the 40, 35, 30, still on his feet to the 20. Down he goes to the 18-yard line. A great return for Valen Vea of about 22 yards. And Vea with a tough return. It had bounced low to him, a line drive. Somewhat easy to return, but when it bounced and skipped at him, and during halftime a small sprinkle came down, just enough to wet this field. So it's tricky going. Rivera in the backfield along with Jardine. Jardine gets the first call of the half, bounces off the middle of the line, squirts to the right side, and dives forward for a couple of yards of a gain. The initial hole closed immediately, and trying to put the stop on Sean Jardine and just unable to wrap him up, that was Ben Simao. Simao, the linebacker, had filled the hole. Jardine just collided with him and then slid off to the right side and followed his old buddy Mason Moriguchi right through. He picks up 4 on the play for a second down and 6. Long huddle for the Menahunis, and now they break out. Jardine way wide to the right side. Watch out now. Castro with a quick opener to Vea, through the middle, inside the 10, down inside the 5, stopped just short of the goal line. First down and goal, and Valen Vea just burst through that hole. Everybody was wondering what in the world Sean Jardine was doing way wide to the right. And it was Valen Vea able to carry it through. Vea in the backfield with Jardine now. Vea to the right side, Jardine the tail to the left. It's Jardine, head down, flags on the play, dives in for the touchdown, but hold on everybody. We've got flags on the play. The penalty, and the Menahunis are clapping. their hands, but the penalty, I believe, is against Waimea, as Waimea will take the march back. See if we can pick up the call from Maxi Moreno when they do bring the ball back out to the 11-yard line. Did not see the indication, but it'll be a 10-yard penalty against Waimea. They bring it out to the 11. So a first down and goal to go from the 11. Jardine remaining in the backfield with Vea. Kurt Castro swaggers up behind Kaimi Aguiar as center. Ready to take a quick snap. Here's Jardine with the carry, left side, wrapped up at the 10, still on his feet, fighting his way forward, breaking loose, and a loose ball. They'll say he was stopped. He never went down. The ball popped loose, but his forward progress and the whistle was blown, and Sean Jardine really fought his way for just about the toughest yard of this night. He was bouncing off the entire right side of that defensive line for the Red Raiders. Ball set up on the short left side of the field. Jardine way wide as a receiver. Vea the single setback. Vea gets the call up the middle, following the pile, just forcing his way down to the 5-yard line. That almost looked like a rugby scrum that time, as the Menahunis just muscling it down to the 5-yard line. They will spot it short of the 5, probably out at the 6, where it'll be third down, goal to go. Scoreboard says 4, but the ball is clearly on this side of the 5-yard line. But it is still third and goal. Here's the snap, handoff, Puna Rivera banged at the line of scrimmage, wrapped up, and he will be stopped. It's fourth down, and the Raiders coming up with a huge goal line stand. Goal line as much as it could be from the 10-yard line, but they have been able to successfully hold the Menahunis. Now here's the question, do they go for it on fourth and goal from the 2, or will they let Jardine go for the field goal? I do not see the T on the field. Jardine looking to the sideline now, and timeout taken by the Menahunis. Let's pause right with them. 7:08 here in the third period to go. It's 14-0 Waimea. We'll be back. Here we go, they go for it. Puna Rivera and Sean Jardine will be in the backfield. Kurt Castro checks behind him. The Raiders putting it on tough. They give it to Jardine, hit at the line of scrimmage, dives forward. Does he get it? We will wait, and it does not look like they will call it. Yes, they do. Touchdown, Waimea. And it'll be Sean Jardine with the toughest 3 yards of the night, and Waimea will score again. Jardine with just a miraculous run. He was hit several times. It appeared he was stopped at the 2-yard line, and he was able to stay on his feet and keep running, and we have seen him do that all night long. He has not been able to be held yet by this Red Raider team, and now he will go for the extra point. An easy 20-yard chip shot for him. Again, Charles Ferguson to hold. Here is Aguiar's snap. It's a good one. The kick, it's going to be blocked as Ferguson did not get a good set. So the kick is no good. We're going to pause with 7:02 remaining in the third. It's now Waimea 20, Kauai High School nothing. All righty. Well, that was an interesting development. It was a good snap. The hold was not exactly perfect, and it looked like Jardine got a low kickoff as he tried to get into it, holding himself up for just a fraction of a second, waiting for that set. And as a result, the Red Raiders able to come through and block the kick. So 20-0. And the Menahunis will kick off end over end. Batalayan will take it and return for the Red Raiders off the far side of the field, and he is drilled at the 28-yard line. That's where the Red Raiders will get it underway. And now, Richard Vigilia again getting another opportunity to try to muster up some offense for the Red Raiders. They 1st and 10, and they will spot the ball at the 30-yard line. A good spot for them. Ball set to the far hash mark. Vigilia coming out, or is that Vigilia? Yes, it is. A little bit late off the sideline. Sets him up with Ryan Koga and Luke Smith in his backfield in the I formation. Receivers wide on both sides. First down call. Menahunis stack everybody tight on the line, and here they come. Vigilia smashed as he throws the ball, and he was leveled as he tried to get a pass off. Streaking down the near sideline was Kelly Ueoka, but there was just no hope as 8 men were right down on top of Richard Vigilia before he could even take a breath. Second down and 10. And it will be a long second half if the Menahunis keep up the defensive pressure the way they did that time. Everybody was pouring through, and again, Tyson Corer and Robert De La Cruz just ready to just take people apart. De La Cruz right now, though, on the sideline as another linebacker is out there for the Menahunis. And Vigilia is going to get one of the defensive linemen to jump offside. And actually, a couple of the offensive linemen have taken a shot at playing defense, and that was one of the offensive linemen that is in there on defense that was called off, and I guess Vigilia doing a good job, and we should credit the quarterback with his count cadence on that one. 5-yard penalty to bring up a 2nd and 5. See how long the Menahunis stay with their defensive substitutions. Triple wide to the right side. Vigilia rolling around to the left. He's got the first down across the 40 before he is brought down at the 42-yard line. Nice gain of 7 on the play. And that time, little trickery by the Red Raiders, overloading that right side, looking for an obvious passing situation. And Vigilia able to keep the ball and just run it himself. That is another 6 yards to go with the 6 that he already had in the first half for 12 yards rushing now for him. New 1st and 10 and a new series of downs for Vigilia and the Red Raiders in an I formation. Defense right on top of the line. Handoff, loose ball. It'll be the Menahunis as they recover at the 41-yard line. Very quickly jumping on top of that one, Aaron Labugian for the Waimea Menahunis. Well, wait a minute. No, they're going to give it back to the Red Raiders. They will say Kauai High School was able to recover that ball. And apparently somebody had dove underneath that pile and got their hands on it and took it away from the Menahunis. Waimea had gotten on top of the ball. Second down, a loss of a yard on that play, so 2nd and 11. Again, triple wide to the right side. Vigilia looks to the right, wants to pass, throws to the left side to Masters. Hit immediately as he makes the catch. Randy Villanueva for the Menahunis coming up with the big stop. 3rd and 11. Officials will stop the clock momentarily as one of the Red Raiders is down on the field, and it looks like it may be Ryan Koga on the far side. 3rd down and 11. Triple wide to the right side. Ryan Koga, the single setback. Vigilia, again with his first varsity start of his career. Koga comes into motion out of the backfield. Vigilia on a keeper, loses the ball, and this time the Menahunis will recover. Waimea all over that one. Like blueberry jam on jelly. First down, and Waimea now with 5:40 to go in the 3rd period. An opportunity to put this one away, both in time of controlling the clock and getting more points onto the board. Sean Jardine in the backfield, and the Menahunis now a little bit confused as they send an extra man, and they're going to have to call timeout as they've got 12 men on the field. Randy Villanueva was sent out onto the field by head coach John Kobayashi. He did not know who he was supposed to replace. And now they have both come off. And Kobayashi will remind Villanueva the play and who he was supposed to go in. With the timeout, we're going to pause with the score Waimea 20, Kauai High School nothing. This will be a 30. All right, the Menahunis have things ironed out here. Kurt Castro, big night tonight so far. Takes the snap on a little delay, drops back. No, wait a minute, they've got a change in quarterback, and it's a completion to Pereira inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. And Justin Ganadin had gone in at quarterback, and they had snuck him in there, and Ganadin on his first play with a nice completion to Pereira to take it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Nose of the ball just short of the 15. Red Raider band striking up the tune with the Red Raiders backpedaling. And the Menahunis on the march with a 1st and 10. Ganadin hands off inside. It's going to be running room in close to the 10, or maybe inside the 10, as Hosale changes Alden Pablo on the carry that time for Waimea. Pablo in the backfield. Now they will put Brandon Passion in. Passion, 5'6", 133, a senior. And the Menahunis obviously well in control of this ball game. They will spread the field, put receivers wide on both sides. Handoff inside, darting from the left. That's going to be Alden Pablo on the carry, and he gets close to the goal line. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for the Menahunis. They have decided that this game is well under their control. And as a result, they will feel free to substitute a lot of the players that they really want to get another look at and get into that. Remember, a shortened preseason did not let Kobayashi see a lot of his troops. Puna Rivera in the backfield. Ganadin takes the ball, hands off to Passion again. Right side, dives forward. Does he get it? We'll have to wait for the call. No, they are indicating already 2nd down and goal to go. The ball will be set at the 1-yard line. So the 2nd down play with Puna Rivera in the backfield. Randy Villanueva also coming out there now. Aaron Labugian. He will replace Puna Rivera. So this is a time for a breather for Sean Jardine, Valen Vea, Puna Rivera. Kurt Castro getting a break right now as Ganadin. At quarterback, Pablo in the backfield. Pablo with the call. Handoff, well, no, that is not Pablo. Nice mix-up and misdirection on that time. Coming up just short. And Ganadin on the carry. Brings up a 3rd and goal. Brandon Passion now comes onto the field. Goes in the receiver spot, brings the play in with him. So the Menahunis trying to force it in, and it's going to take all of their downs. It is 3rd down and goal from the 1. Ganadin takes it, hands off, right side, diving in. It's Pablo for the touchdown. 1-yard run. Alden Pablo able to score, and we will see who will attempt the extra point. And I believe going out there and trying this will be Tyson Pereira. No, I'm sorry, that is not Pereira, that's Gerald Hurd. Hurd to go for the extra point after the touchdown, and we've got flags immediately at the snap. It'll be procedure against Waimea. That'll back him up 5 yards. Gerald Hurd now getting an opportunity kind of to set his sights on the goalpost a little bit more and stretch himself out. Hurd, a receiver occasionally, a junior at 5'11", 154 pounds he weighs, maybe a little bit more tonight because it has rained and his uniform is a bit wet. They will back it up, and now this will be about a 25-yard attempt. He will kick it from the 15 plus the 10 of the end zone. Little motion on the line. They don't call that one. Here's the kick. It is wobbly. It's no good. Underneath the crossbar. Let's pause. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left here in the 3rd period. The score, however, now Waimea 26 and Kauai High School nothing. All righty, thank you there, Lucia K. Incidentally, you can enjoy Lucia on Saturday nights following our big rainbow broadcast tomorrow night against Ohio University. Those Bobcats are in town against the Rainbows, and what an exciting game that was against Boston College. Whew. Check out tomorrow night's game live here on KUAI. Here's the kickoff, end over end, bouncing short and almost dying. It'll be picked up by the Raiders at the 20. Trying to burst out, loose ball. Menahunis will have it on the run. Here comes Sean Jardine, 40, 35, 30, 25 to the corner, 10. It's touchdown, Waimea. A 40-yard fumble return for Sean Jardine. And this place is just buzzing. That is the electricity that Sean Jardine brings with him to any sport that he plays, be it soccer, baseball, or football. Jardine is clearly the man for the Menahunis in the 1996 season. Gerald Hurd going to get another attempt at the extra point now. Menahuni's waiting to set their line. They will stay up in the three-point stance. Here's the kick. It's high enough. It's long enough. It's good enough. We're going to pause with the kick, making it, and now with 2:57 to go in our third period, it's 33-0 Waimea. Right number. There we go. Now let's play ball. Raiders with Tryson Shigimoto back to receive, and he is up at the 20-yard line. They'd expect a short kick, and Tryson will take it right at the 20. Steps back a couple, now sprints to the far sideline, cuts it up over the 50 to the 30, still on his feet at the 35-yard line, and buried at the middle of the field at the 36. So the Raiders with pretty good field position, down by 33 points, however. Getting ready to go. They've still got the fourth quarter and 2:47 of the third quarter. That took 10 seconds for them to return that ball. Nice return of about 13 yards. Tryson Shigimoto bringing it out to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ball set between the hash marks. Richard Vigilia with an I formation. Turns around, hands off to Luke Smith. Cuts back over the middle of the field to the 40-yard line. Nice gain of 5 on the play, across the 40 to the 42. It'll be 2nd down, 5 yards to go from that 42-yard line. Menahuni's still making massive substitutions on both sides of the ball. Their defense now using just about their entire roster. They will come with a 6-man front. Vigilia, a bit nervous at the line, takes it and snaps, drops the ball, covers it up. It'll be 3rd down now. And Vigilia, perhaps bothered by looking to seeing 6 men across that line trying to come after him, and he knows what has happened in the past of this ball game when the Menahunis come with that 6-man front. Obviously a little bit rattled with that one, didn't get a good exchange from the center, drops it, but he was smart enough and had the presence of mind just to cover the ball. 3rd down, still 5 to go from the 42-yard line. Vigilia sets up, slot to the left side, I formation behind him, and another 6-man front. Another fumble, and he'll fall on top of it. It'll be 4th down for the Menahunis. A big defensive intimidation that time on that series. Chalk it up to Waimea just showing 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Valen Vea, Randy Villanueva going to go back to receive the punt. Here comes Eric Masters. Timeout indicated on the field. The officials will stop the clock. I am not sure why, and I believe they are escorting or sending one of the Raiders off of the field, probably for an equipment repair. And as I look at it across the field, it seems that Blaine Spiegel needs to get his something attended to on his helmet. They had sent him off for that. Now everything is ready with about a minute to go here in the third period. Masters will be kicking from his 30. Vea to the far side. Villanueva to the near side, waiting. A low snap. Masters with some time, though. Another nice kick, end over end, inside to the 25-yard line. Villanueva starts left, starts to the right, bumps into his own player, gets away from several of the Raiders, breaks loose to the 40, 45, midfield, 50, and down he will go. Villanueva stopped at the 45, and a great return, and really got these Menahuni fans kind of pumped and moving. Waimea will now begin from the Red Raider 44-yard line. Ganadin coming back out at quarterback again. Justin, a junior, and he will have to fight Kurt Castro for that position for this season and the next. Puna Rivera in the backfield. Rivera gets the handoff, misses the exchange, and it'll be fallen on by Ganadin for a short 1-yard pickup out to about the 43-yard line. That time he was trying to hand it off, just didn't get it into Puna, his breadbasket, and somehow the ball popping loose. Ganadin the one to see it, able to fall on top of it. So 2nd down and 9 to go. Ganadin with Valen Vea in the backfield for him. There's the snap. And again, another mis-exchange. Vea with the handoff, and no running room whatsoever. He is stopped immediately, possibly losing a little bit of yardage on that play. 3rd down now and 9 yards, and they will say he lost a bit of on that play, so it'll be a legitimate 3rd and 9. And again, the officials want to stop the clock. And I am not sure why. I know why. That's the end of the third period. Let's pause after 3. It's Waimea 33 and the Raiders nothing. Oh. Alden Pablo gets the call on a third down play to get the fourth quarter underway. Fumbles at the 40, but the Menahunis will cover it up out at the 41-yard line, making it a 4th down and 7, or maybe a long, very long 7. And that means Sean Jardine will punt for Waimea. Tryson Shigimoto will go back. He's going to be very deep. It looks like he's going to drop back inside his own 10-yard line. And we will see if Sean Jardine can hit the corner. He'll aim for the near sideline, way far away from Shigimoto, and it will bounce out at the 10-yard line. What a kick for Jardine. He just very delicately lofted it over towards the far corner, so Shigimoto had no chance to get to it. The ball took a beautiful Menahuni hop at the 10-yard line, and out it went. So it'll be the Raiders pinned deep in their own territory. First down, 10 to go. And once again, Richard Vigilia looking in front of about 90 yards to try to get onto the scoreboard for the first time tonight. The Raiders have been shut out through 3 periods. Ryan Koga will be in the backfield. Big Eric Masters in at the tight end position. Luke Smith also in the backfield. And the Raiders, and I believe they may have taken a timeout. Have they taken a timeout? It looks like it, because Vigilia has gone to the far side. They are shuffling in a new lineman. Nobody left the field, and I think Vigilia had to go over and say, hey, you know what, guys? We need an extra guy. It is no fun playing 10 against 11 when you're up against the Menahunis, unless the Menahunis have the 10. In this case, though, it was the Raiders, short alignment. So now they've got an extra tackle out there. And here we go, an I formation. Another 6-man front, and the Menahunis looking real tough. Tyson Core right up over the nose. Pitch to Luke Smith. Hit into the backfield. Hit again at the 5. Flag thrown into the secondary. And down just about the 5-yard line. And a loss of 4 on the play. Let's see what the penalty will be. Holding against the Red Raiders as if things weren't going bad enough for them already. Now, I don't know if Waimea will accept that penalty or take the result of the play. It would be 2nd down and 15, or another 1st down and 15. And a Raider down at the goal line, flat on his back. And I don't know if it's cramps, exhaustion, or if he just got walloped on the play. He is holding his stomach, and I believe he may have gotten the wind knocked out of him. Took an extra tough hit by one of the Menahunis. So the clock is stopped. Holding against the Red Raiders will be declined. Menahunis would rather have the down, and I kind of agree with that call. Being the Monday, well, I guess now since they play so much Monday Night Football, that the Tuesday morning quarterback that I am, I would agree with them. 2nd down, 15 to go from the 5-yard line. And here come the Raiders now, out of their huddle. Smith and Koga in the backfield. Vigilia, a long night for Richard on his first night as a starting quarterback for the varsity. Long count, trying to draw the Menahunis off. Takes a snap, hands off. Smith in a big hurry off the left side out to the 10-yard line. Picks up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down now. Still 10 to go. Smith adding on to the 14 yards that he had picked up in the first half. He is now probably about close to the 30-yard mark. But he has still got a lot of turf in front of him. 90 yards of real estate to cover before they can get onto that scoreboard. It's 3rd down and 10, and the Raiders need the biggest play of their night right now. Wide receivers on both sides. I formation. Vigilia And the Menehooties ready to bring everybody. They'll hand off, no. Quarterback wants to roll to the right side. Rivera chasing him. He gets hit as he's released. Complete. And a first down, fighting his way across the 20-yard line to the 22 for the Red Raiders. And a nice catch that time for Kelly Ueoka to pick up the first down. And that was a huge play for Kauai High School. They take it to the 23 and another 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Raiders moved the ball very effectively in the first quarter, but since that point it has been the Menehune defense really putting a stopper on them. Sterling Awana now in at halfback for Kauai High School in that I formation. Vigilia on a new 1st and 10, takes it, hands off. Luke Smith trying to follow the middle of the blocks out to the 25-yard line, struggling across to the 26. 2nd down. 2nd and 6 and a gain of 4 on that play. Raiders now through the course of attrition, forced to put in different players on their offensive scheme. Awana still in the backfield. Smith limping just a little bit as he sets up in the I formation on 2nd down. Vigilia looks over the defense as he barks his signals. Still calling him. Takes a snap. Pitches to the near side. It's Smith on the run. Hit at the 27-yard line. Wrapped up and dropped immediately on contact with Alden Pablo coming in. Pablo from the corner. Able to step up and make that stop. 3rd down and 5 to go. 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this ball game. The Menehoonies well on their way to notching their first victory of the 1996 season, their first victory overall, and more importantly though, first in the KIF, and this is the one that counts. Vigilia on another tough 3rd down call. 3rd and long, takes it. Quick opener for Awana, hit inside the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down after a gain of 2. So 4th down and 4 to go. Will it be time for Eric Masters, or will they take an ever so dangerous attempt to try to put it across and run it on 4th down? Masters hiding in the huddle. Vigilia just looking to the far side, looking for Miguel's signal. He will send it in. Raiders sprint on, Raiders sprint off. What will they come in with the playbook? Dropping back is going to be Brandon Passion and Shannon Jacinto, looking if they will punt. But it's going to be the Raiders going for it. Double slot to the right. They'll pass over the middle, incomplete. Raiders looking for a flag, and now they will get it. Coming from the far side, 2 officials right there next to the play did not throw it, but the farthest official will throw the flag, and I believe we're going to get pass interference against the Menehoonies. A gift for the Red Raiders here with 7:38 to go in the game. That will give them a new 1st down, move the ball by penalty. The march off with the pass interference brings it to the 45-yard line. So the Raiders by penalty will get a lot of help here. And boy, that flag came way after the play was dead. Little lobbying, and Mark Miguel well out of his box. He was about 10 yards onto the field pleading his case. Vigilia now at 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. I formation, slot to the right, takes the snap, drops back 3 steps, has some pressure, hit, and down he goes, sacked by Keali'i Aguiar. Keali'i with enough time. Vigilia with a 3-step looking out over the middle. The receivers just could not get open. Aguiar able to come in and just crush the quarterback for a 5-yard loss. We'll say 6 yards as they dropped him back to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 16. The Raiders need to get 5 yards into Menehoone territory, but right now it's going to be very tough going for them. They're facing another 7 or 8 man front, and looks like everybody's going to be coming after them. Hand off to Shigimoto, breaks through the line of scrimmage, back out over the 45-yard line, close to midfield, and he gets a lot back. It'll be 3rd down and 5 to go from midfield. Trice and Shigimoto, actually let's call it a 3rd and 6, stopped at the 49-yard line. Shigimoto, used sparingly in the backfield tonight, remains there in the huddle with Sterling Awana as the halfback. Trison will be the tail. Trice and Shigimoto. At 5'6" and 165 pounds, the senior. He will be slot to the left side. Here's the snap on third. Vigilia flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right side, tucks it in, hit and stopped just inside Menahune territory. Short of the first down marker. It'll be a 4th down now, 4th and 3 to go. Raiders, the last time they were faced with this situation, a much more precarious position on the field, went for it, so you must assume that they'll go for it again. Thought I was going to sneeze, faked myself out. I formation, Shigimoto the tail, Oana halfback. It's Shigimoto on the call, tries to step sideways through the line, and the Menahunis will hold. What a 4th down defensive play for Waimea. The defending KIF champions will answer the call and take over on downs, and now they've got 5.5 to go in this ball game. They will just try to control this ball and run it out. Coming in to call the shots, Justin Ganadin, the junior, at quarterback. Just under 160 pounds is Justin. Puno Rivera will be in his backfield with him. Alden Pablo as well, and now we are going to have a flag, and let's see, it was thrown right at the line of scrimmage at the feet of the defense, but it'll be procedure against the Menahunis. So the Raiders get another break here. Menahunis march backwards 5 yards. It'll be 1st down and 15 to go for them. Incidentally, we will go to Vidina Stadium next Friday night. That will be our next action, and we promise you another exciting and outstanding ball game. It'll be Kapa'a hosting the Menahunis. On the 1st down play, carry for Puno Rivera, gets it out to the 45-yard line. It'll be the first real opportunity to see the Kapa'a Warriors in action, in KIF action. The Menahunis will be playing their 2nd game, 3rd of the season for them, but it'll be the 4th game of the season for the Kapa'a Warriors. Tomorrow night they take on St. Anthony, and that will be at Vidina. So do join us next Friday night live from Vidina Stadium. We will be coming. 2nd down and 12. Pitch to Villanueva. Villanueva with some speed into Red Raider territory. 1st down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Randy Villanueva with the afterburner Jets. And he leaves the Red Raiders in his dust, and one of the Red Raiders with a hip pointer was left on his back at the 42-yard line, and he doesn't know what hit him. And that was number 20, Randy Villanueva, that just buried him on his way to a 1st down. Clock will stop momentarily as Burgess comes out to check the fallen Raider. Menahunis now looking at just 4:48 on the big scoreboard stadium clock here, the Sony Jumbotron that they have installed, complete with instant replays, close-ups, player statistics, vital information, and of course it's all in living color. Some of the Red Raider fans have departed the stadium, but the Menahune faithful holding on. They are enjoying this ball game. Round of applause going up for Travis Muraoka as he gets up and is helped off of the field. Muraoka playing a whale of a ball game tonight for the Red Raiders. I formation, Ganadin, hands on his hips just behind the center, looking at the defense, and they will wait for Muraoka to leave the field. He is struggling to get to the sideline, just clearing the hash marks. And he is kind of taking the long way out there, kind of wobbling off, and it took him about 70 yards to get across the field. Here's the snap pitch to Villanueva. Off the left side, flag on the play. Cuts it back over the middle of the field inside the 30. Could have another 1st down. He does on his feet inside the 10, struggling to the 5 and knocked out of bounds. But we do have a flag, and holding will be called against the Menahunis. It'll bring back that big 35-yard run. So Villanueva and the Menahune wall had gone down to greet him at the 5-yard line. Everybody's got to retreat back to the point of the infraction, and they will march it off. The flag was thrown at the 38. And they will bring it back to the 48-yard line, where it'll be first down and 20 to go for the Menahunis. 4:27 on the clock. 33-0 our score. Waimea in a romp over the Red Raiders here in our season opener. Waimea sets up again. And another flag, and I believe it'll be procedure against Waimea. And so illegal procedure will back them up yet again. Another 5. It'll be first down and 25 yards to go. So the Menahunis, despite the big lead, and I'm sure that Coach Kobayashi will not be happy with this, and what was a marvelous evening for this Menahuni ball club is now starting to disintegrate. Although it is not affecting the score, it will affect the emotional attitude of the coaching staff. Villanueva on the carry, pops loose. He'll have the first down. 30, 20, still on his feet inside the 20 and wrestled down at the 15-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Mikey Ni'i. Ni'i, the only man able to catch up to Villanueva and stop him. Otherwise, it was 6 more for the Big Blue Machine. Just when the flags and the penalties push them backwards some 20 yards, they're able to just spring loose for a huge gain. And Randy Villanueva coming to the sideline to catch some gas. He will get some air. Kobayashi looking at him with a scowl on his face, but I'm sure he had some kind words for his running back. First down, handoff. Pablo with a flag thrown right at him and right into the middle of the line of scrimmage. He will be stopped cold at the 14. No gain, perhaps a yard, but it was thrown in the area that you know will be holding. So the Menahunis, just penalty after penalty after penalty thrown at them. Hobbling off the field right now, Joshua Peralta, number 52, comes off out of the middle of that line for the Menahunis. They will substitute him. Now Charles Ferguson going to go into the ball game. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Clock is stopped with the penalty. Another 10 yards marched off. Holding brings it back to the 25-yard line. So it'll be first down and 20 to go. Ball moved from the 15 to the 25. Ganadin, I formation, takes the snap. Handoff to his up back. That's Aaron Labugian. Labugian gets inside the 20. The entire Red Raider team just piling on top of him at the 19-yard line. I believe that is linebacker Ryan Koga that makes the initial stop. Yes, that is Koga. That gets up last out from underneath the pile. Waimea now faced with a second down, 14 to go from the 19-yard line. Ball set to the near hash mark. There's the snap. And the quarterback on a keeper trying to wrestle his way loose. The ball stripped from his hands. Should be the Red Raider ball. And we will see if they mark it down or give it to the Raiders. They had stolen it away from it. I can't believe they don't give it to the Raiders. They had wrapped up the quarterback, and I did not hear a whistle. There was no indication. The Raiders, before Ganadin had gone down, the Raiders ripped the ball right out of his hands. It'll still be the Menahuni ball, though. Third down, 14 to go. Still at the 19-yard line. There is the snap to Ganadin. Rolling to the right. Looks to the end zone. Wants to throw it. A wobbly pass. Tipped again. Still in the air. Incomplete as it drops to the turf. In the end zone. Menahunis had 2 opportunities as the Raiders were playing the tip drill. Kept the ball alive, tipping it twice back into the air, but the Menahunis could not come up with it. The Raiders could not intercept it. And it'll be a 4th down. Waimea looking to the sideline, waiting for the play to be called in. Will they go for it or not? The clock stopped with the incompletion with 1:42 left in the contest. They will go for it. And again, they want to throw. The ball knocked loose. The Raiders, not knowing where it is, they will fall on it. It will be the Raider possession on the exchange regardless of the fumble. But that time, Justin Ganadin had his clock cleaned by the Red Raiders. So Kauai High School with 1:33 left in the ball game, hoping to salvage something here. They've got 78 or something like that. Yeah, 78 yards to go. 1st and 10 from the 22. It's been a long night for Richard Vigilia and company. Guess it's been a long night for yours truly as well. There's the snap. Vigilia drops back, fires over the middle. It'll be incomplete. Pass in and out of the hands, and that time we'll get William Lopez into the game on a legitimate call. You're tuned to KIF Football on Kauai Sports Leader from Eli at 720 KUAI, and we thank you very much for tuning into the ball game. Had a dandy season opener here. It's a 33-0 victory at this point for the Waimea Menahunis with 1:28 to go. 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line. Vigilia with a flanker to the left, wide out to the left side as well. I formation for him. Straight drop back, now a pitch. Luke Smith hitting the backfield. Hit again, down he goes at the 20-yard line. Wrapped up and stopped that time by Alden Pablo, who is playing at the corner. Neither team able to move the ball or score here in the 4th period. For the Menahunis, they have played their 2nd string for the most part of this 4th quarter. Raiders trying to get things going, just have not been able to get off of the ground. You guys got to get a lock on that door. 50 seconds left to go in this ball game. Red Raiders coming out of their huddle. From the 21-yard line, Vigilia surveying the defense. 4-man front, but they come after him. They'll loft it out of bounds, intended for nobody. There were 2 Red Raiders in the corner, Willie Lopez and Kelly Uioka, but the ball was thrown way over their heads and really aimed for the out-of-bound marker, mostly to stop the clock, but it is 4th down. So we will see what the Raiders come up with the miracle playbook. 4th and 11. The ball at the 21-yard line. Long huddle. Here come the Raiders now. Menahunis stack up that front line. 7 men right on top of that line of scrimmage, staring into the face of Vigilia. 3 steps, 4 steps back. Heaves it weakly up and over the middle. It'll be no intercepted, almost bouncing off the hands of Shannon Jacinto. And so Waimea will get it back. 24 seconds left, and they will just end this ball game as it were. Justin Ganadin set out with the final instructions, trying to close it off here. First down for Waimea, and a big victory for the Menahunis. They really were in just dominant control of the Red Raiders on this one, and they will practice for a week and get ready for the Kapa'a Warriors, who are here tonight to check out the opposition, and I'm sure they have got to have a few concerns as they get ready to take on these defending champions. The Menahunis do not look like they will be willing to give up this crown too easily. That is for sure. The question will be when and if anyone will be able to score against Waimea's tough defense. Pitch to the right side on the carry. Alden Pablo diving to the 20-yard line. About a gain of 2 yards and brings up a 2nd down and 8. Timeout by the officials as another Red Raider face down on the turf. This one could be a tough one, as it appears to be Gino Henry, the linebacker, and he is still down at the 25-yard line. I believe he got the wind knocked out of him. Again, Keith Burgess, former KIF great, particularly for track and basketball for the Red Raiders. Taking a look at Henry. Now he's checking Gino's left ankle. They will straighten the right leg out, but the first look, and now maybe it'll be well, they'll straighten the right leg out and start to look at the right knee. Burgess applying a little pressure there. Seeing it, Henry does not appear to even be able to stand up. The officials will come over. Check out Henry at the, he is laying flat on his back at the 25-yard line as they attend to him. Why don't we pause? There's 13 seconds left on this big Friday night football game. 33-0, the Menahunis in control. Oh, now he gets up and runs off the field. Great. Oh boy, we're gonna miss it. Bring it back real quick. Hoo-hoo-hoo. On the final play of the game, Puna Rivera gets the pitch out, and what a collision. He goes down, but that'll do it. This ball game is over, folks, and the Menahunis with a successful first game and a home opener right here at Hanapepe Stadium. Our final score, Waimea 33, Kauai High School nothing. Our post-game show coming right up. Good to meet you. Guys, have a pleasant night.
Virginia Stadium, where the Kapaa Warriors, who buy regular season, but tomorrow they'll play their last preseason against St. Anthony of Maui, St. Anthony Trojans, and then they'll be hosting the Menahunis next Friday at Virginia Stadium. We want to thank all of you for coming. Don't forget, those of you who are going on the east side, LAN and beyond, take the main road out here, take 2 lanes going down. The police will be at the outside on Kauai Highway waiting for you to go right. Those of you who are leaving Kamakani end, go through the parking grass area, go down to the martial arts road between Amtrak and the martial arts building, go right out to the Kauai Highway where you're going to see South Pond store, the South Pond store, turn left and go all the way. That way there you'll have a steady flow. Those going to the east, no problem, and those going to the west, no problem. So we want to thank everybody for coming up, supporting the KF, and don't forget, drive safely, be courteous, drive defensively, and see you guys tomorrow at Medina Stadium. Again, the final score, the Waimea Menahunis 33, and the Kauai Raiders were unable to score.
Sal, yeah. 20, I think.
20?
Yeah.
We'll give him a call. Is it a phone book at this?
I
I think I get his card.
245 62